Hello dear students. In this video we are going to learn about the properties of ammonia. Okay. So structure and the lone pair, how it affects on the geometry, that we have seen already in the previous video. So in this we are going to learn about the further properties of this ammonia. So mainly this ammonia, it forms ammonium salts when it is reacting with the acids. Like for example, when it is reacting with the HCl, it will form NH4Cl, that is ammonium salt. When it is reacting with the acid H2SO4, so it will form ammonium sulfate, that is NH4, and the sulfate will combine to form ammonium sulfate. So the respective salts will be formed whenever this NH3 is reacting with the acids. Okay. The second one is, it mainly forms a precipitation with the hydroxides of metals. So whenever we take the metals and then we react with the aqueous solution of ammonia, so what product we are going to get is, with some metal it will form a hydroxides. In some other metal what it forms is, there will be a formation of water of hydration also. Okay, we shall see this. I have taken here zinc sulfate, that is a metal sulfate here, the metal is zinc. So this zinc sulfate which is taken in the aqueous form, that is when reacting with the ammonia. So what happens here is, they may give you here NH3 also. So, and they mention here aqueous, that is nothing but water will be there. So that NH4 and OH will be there. So both are same only. If they give you NH3 and aqueous or NH4OH, one and the same. So zinc oxide along with the NH4 twice, that is SO4, ammonium sulfate. The color of this will be white precipitate. Okay. Second one is, when you are reacting with the FeCl3 and ammonia, so NH4OH, that is aqueous form, what you are going to get here is, either I told you are going to get a respective hydroxide or a water of hydration for some molecules. Like iron here, there is a formation of Fe2O3 and then some molecules of water, and along with the formation of the salt, that is NH4Cl. So the color of this is brown PBT. Okay, this is a reaction of this ammonia with the metals. Okay, next. The next important property is, you know that NH3, the nitrogen which is having a lone pair of electron. So the lone pair of electron, what it does is, it will give the lone pair of electron to the other species. So it acts as what? Lewis base. So any species which can donate their lone pair of electrons, they are called as what? Lewis base. Okay. So here, because of the presence of the lone pair of electron, it is acting as a Lewis base. So this is very important property. This will help in order to identify the metals, like which metal there is the unknown molecule or the solution is containing. That will all be identified by the property of this. You can see here, whenever this ammonia, that is NH3, when we are reacting that with the copper, okay, so copper ions, Cu2 plus I have taken in the aqueous form, that I am reacting with the NH3. As I have told you, it is having a lone pair of electron for the donation, it is acting as a Lewis base. Okay. Now, this lone pair of electron will be given to this Cu2 plus. So, what happens here is, there is a formation of complex here, that is CuNH3 whole 4 times, and there is a +2 oxidation state, that is aqueous. This the same complex we are going to learn it in the coordination compound as well. Okay. Now, the color of this is deep blue. Okay. So the presence of this indicates that there is a presence of this Cu2 plus ion. Okay. So when we take a test tube, and if we add we do not know which ion is present here. This will be unknown to us. And then we add NH3, and after adding that, if the test tube turns into deep blue, then it definitely indicates that there is a presence of metal ion, that is Cu2 plus. So that you have to keep it in mind. The second important thing is, you know that silver and chloride, which is silver, which is a colorless which will form a AgCl solid which is having a color that is white. So there is a formation of white PPT. The same this white PPT silver chloride, when we are reacting that with what? Ammonia, okay, aqueous solution. What we are going to get is AgNH3 twice and Cl minus. So here also there is a complex formation, and then the color of this is, that is colorless. Here it was what? Here it was white PPT. So the white PPT is converted into what? Colorless. So that indicates what? The unknown ion in the molecule or in the test tube is nothing but what? Ag2 plus. So very important, you have to remember this. So one important use you got to know here in identification of the metal ions. Okay. So the next one is uses of this NH3. So where all these ammonia molecules or the compounds are being used is, the main thing is it is used in the nitrogenous fertilizers like ammonium sulfate and urea. So these are the fertilizers of this nitrogen, they are being used. The second one is in the manufacture of many organic compounds, especially like ammonium related compounds are synthesized using this NH3. Main important thing among that is nitric acid. In the preparation or in the manufacture of HNO3, we are going to use what? We are going to use NH3. The next one is the liquid NH3 that is being used as a refrigerant. That is, it is used as a refrigerating agent. So it is used as a fertilizers and in the manufacture of HNO3 and as a refrigerant. You can remember these many uses for this. Okay. Next. There are some questions that they have mentioned in your NCERT, that is exercise they have given, that is 7.4. Why NH3 act as a Lewis base? Very simple. NH3, where a nitrogen atom which is having a lone pair of electrons, because of the presence of lone pair of electron, it acts as a Lewis base. Okay. So it is, if it is giving any species, if it is giving the lone pair of electrons, they are called as Lewis base. If they are accepting the lone pair of electron, then they are called as Lewis acid. So these two things you have to remember. So that is the answer for this. Okay. Then they are given some in-text questions. First one we'll see, that is mention the conditions to maximize the yield of NH3. So which are the conditions that are there in order to maximize the yield of NH3? So you know that the manufacture or the preparation of this NH3 was done by Haber's process. So in the Haber's process, we got to know that there are certain conditions. By doing that, we can increase the yield or we can maximize the yield of this NH3. So how is that? As first thing is, three things you have to remember. One is high pressure condition, high temperature condition, and then the use of catalyst. So high pressure. So what pressure condition we are maintaining here is, that is 200 atmosphere of pressure. The temperature, that is high temperature of around 700 Kelvin. Okay. The next one is, that is catalyst. You are using a FeO, okay, and then a small amount of K2O and then the Al2O3. So these three are the important conditions. If we use these and maintain this condition, then we can maximize the yield of this NH3. Very important, you have to remember this. Next. The 7.5 in-text question is, the question is, how does NH3 react with the solution of Cu2+? So this is, what is this reaction is, solution of Cu2+, it is metal ion and then NH3. So just now we have studied this Cu2+ and then we are reacting that with NH3. There is a formation of complex ion. So which the lone pair of electrons will be given to the Cu and then CuNH3 4 times and 2 plus oxidation state you have to mention, and which is aqueous solution. The color of that, this complex is, that is DB. Okay. So this is all about the properties of NH3. and then the uses, and these are some of the questions that they have mentioned in your NCERT. In the next video, we are going to study about the oxides of these nitrogen. Okay.